what I have today is to say to you is very, very important. See, I've been in this home improvement industry since 1986, and I have seen premature failing asphalt roofs continue to grow. I started seeing them right when I entered the industry, where 25-year shingle wasn't quite lasting 25 years. You see, this shingle here in the early 80s had about 70% oil content. And you might ask yourself, well, what's oil content got to do with this? Oil content is asphalt. Asphalt is an oil-based product. And if you've got a lot of it in a shingle, it lasts. As that oil dries out, the shingle starts to lose its stickiness. It loses the ability to hold on to granules. It starts to curl, starts to cup. It dries out really like our skin does. And then we start seeing mold on roofs, and then tabs start blowing off and shingles start blowing off a roof, and it's gone. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on, but I had some premonitions. And I've been very fortunate as consulting around the country and actually through North America. And I was speaking one time out in Las Vegas about 20 years ago. And I was speaking to a very large group of business insiders and manufacturers and people inside the roofing industry and home improvement industry. And I explained to them my dilemma. I said, I'm seeing this, and I know someone here knows something. And if you would just please send me something, you can send it to me anonymously, send it any way that you want it. Just get me the information so I can kind of figure out what in the world is really going on. And then, lo and behold, a letter arrived in the mail. And it was a letter that the top was chopped off of it. They blocked it out, blocked out the names. And it truly was sent anonymously. And it says, and I'm going to just read you parts of it for brevity. It says, to all distributors, dealers, roofers, architects, and contractors. As of October 12, 1970, Underwriters Laboratory scheduled a meeting for Tuesday, November 10th of 1970, with its industry representatives to discuss, among other things, they'd been requested to consider increasing the permissible mineral stabilizer or the filler content in the coating of asphalt for asphalt shingles, up to 65 to 70%. Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you what they came back with. And they came back and it says this. They advised that the filler content not be increased. They said, do not increase it. I'll give you the summary from the gentleman that was here. And he'd been involved in this industry for over 61 years. And he said, it is considered opinion that the use of 60 to 70% of filler will eventually destroy product performance of asphalt shingles and its public acceptance that currently exists. Absolutely incredible. Now I'm going to share some information with you and talk about that oil that is declining. If we go back to 1985, we said those shingles had about 70% oil in them. As we progressed, the oil content dropped. As that oil content dropped, the life of the shingle became less. You could have put a shingle on in 1985 and replaced that shingle around 2010, 2012. You'd have got 25, 27 years out of it because it was full of oil. But when you replace that shingle in 2010, 2012, you're replacing that shingle again today, some 10, 12 years later. Why? Today's shingles have between 10 and 30% in it. You see, oil is the life of your shingle. So why did they reduce the content of oil? Reducing the oil content reduced the cost of the shingle. Here, GAF tells you that their shingles have between 10 and 30% oil. Also, if you look at here, you'll see that the added limestone and filler is much greater now than the oil content of a shingle. CertainTeed tells you theirs is 10 to 20, and this one here just says 15 to 30. Again, they're hard to find, but they are out there if you look at them. Less oil, shorter lifetime. Now, you got to be asking yourself then, how can these asphalt manufacturers be offering a lifetime warranty? Well, simply, it's prorated. No one ever said you're going to get a new roof. That's not what they said. They're going to pay a prorated portion for your roof. What does that mean? Well, that means you're not getting a new roof. Now I'm going to share a couple of documents that everybody in this industry knows. I'm going to call these the dirty little secrets. And they're right out there for you to see. And one of them is written by Certainty. It's in a brochure. It's called The Life Cycle of Your Roof. Dig through it. I'm going to read a paragraph to you. And it says this. Due to the severity of the roof environment, even a 1-year-old roof may look different from a roof that was just installed. Now, I'm not quite sure what they mean by due to the roof environment, like something's changed. It hasn't. But a roof after 1 year will not look like a new roof. It tells you that. It says, while you may have first noticed the cracks or blistering from the ladder as you're cleaning your gutters. Wait a minute, 1 year old, cracks and blistering already. Imagine that. They put it in a brochure for you to read. Please be mindful these normal, that's normal for it to do that. These normal weathering characteristics may not be visible when you view your roof from the front lawn or driveway. Don't like what it looks like up close? Back up to the street and look at it. You can't see it. I think that's absolutely incredible. You got to ask yourself why they would even put that material out there and what's the motive and how's it going to be used later. Second thing that we all know is there's a magazine out there called Qualified Remodeler. Qualified Remodeler published an article. First of all, Qualified Remodeler is the Bible for the industry. All of us that own businesses and salespeople and installers, we all read that magazine. It's widely accepted out there. And there's an article in there, and it says this. With the average asphalt shingle roof being replaced every 7 to 10 years, and people living in their houses longer, homeowners will replace their roof 2 or 3 times. Think about that I just said. Who knows that? The people who are out selling asphalt roofs. When they came to your house, did they tell you that? No, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to show you a lifetime shingle. Your brain's going to go to, if something goes wrong, you get a new roof. But you don't. That's not how it works. So I suggest, folks, that you read the fine print. Here's one of them. It says, what's not covered. Labor costs, tear-off, metalwork, flashings, disposal expenses, and other costs or expenses incurred during such repair or replacement are not covered or reimbursed by this limited warranty. So what is covered? The damaged areas, folks, the damaged areas. See, this is your lifetime warranty. It's called a patch. I can't understand why people would even let that happen, but I got to ask how you would feel. I can tell you what your neighbors are going to say. You see, today's shingles have less than 15% oil in them. You couldn't do that to a shingle years ago. When I was a kid, you could take a shingle and you could roll it up like a newspaper. You take a shingle today and put it in your hands and go like this, it just cracks in two. Why? Because it's rock, it's limestone, it's filler. You know, the industry warned them not to substitute asphalt for filler or they would destroy the industry, and it is. No wonder people are replacing lifetime shingle roofs that they bought in good faith in 8, 10, 12 years. The filler is limestone. We'll talk about that just for a second. If you've ever visited a limestone quarry, you'll look at the wall and you'll see black streaks running down, runs right down. That's a mold called Glioxapsa magma. It grows on limestone. And when the oil dries out of your roof a little bit, that mold from your neighbor's house blows onto yours and streaks your roof. And then it gets darker and darker and darker. And it starts at about year 2 or 3 after a little bit of oil's dried out of it. And you can spend lots of money, $600, $1,000, $1,200 having your roof shampooed. And it's only going to come back in a year or 2. That's why I founded American Metal Roofs. That's why I brought stunning, beautiful, designer, commercial metal roofs to the residential market. I changed an industry. You see, when I say they're stunning, you go by some of our metal roofs every day and you don't even know that they're metal. They may look like asphalt. They could look like cedar, tile, slate. They're stunning. If you want to stand out, you want to put a rainbow of colors in there, you can do that too. But you can truly transform your house and do it one time. do yourself a favor. Go to our website. You'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of homes that you can drive by and take a look at an American metal roof. I hope you have found this informative. If you're considering a roof now, in the next year, 2 or 3, contact our company. Have someone from our company, an expert, come out and look at your home. I'll promise you 3 things. The very first thing is a no obligation, hassle-free, no pressure presentation. We're there to help you. Second thing, my highly trained team will come to your home and examine your home. We're going to see, is your house ready for American metal roof? Or is it the best option for you? It may not be. But when they're there, the third thing is they're going to review all the options. They're going to show you all the different roofs out there, give you all the options that you have, and we're going to come up with an exact quote for you. And we're going to leave that for you. So if and when you ever decide you want to pursue an American metal roof, you're going to know exactly what it costs. We're proud of American metal roofs. People that buy American metal roofs are very, very proud of them. And when you buy an American metal roof, it'll be the last roof you'll ever buy. I guarantee it. Thank you, and God bless.